Today's video is about losing. And losing in fantasy football is terrible, except for it's the worst when you lose the most games in your league. Of course, losing helps lighten your wallet a little bit, but this is gonna add insult to injury with this video. So here's the top 15 things you can do for the person that gets last place in your league. Just so you guys know, this video has no particular order. It's just gonna be just a different amount. It's not ranking on which one's the best one. It's just 15 different ideas that you guys can use. Last place has to do half price buy-in fee. Now, the way this works is let's say your league costs $100. So that means they'll pay an additional $50. So they paid $150 total. And then that goes toward a league fund, which can go toward either the winner's reward, like getting them a fantasy football ring or belt or trophy or whatever it might be, or paying to upkeep your current trophy, or it can be used for rewards for your league, like person who got the most points in a single game, or most points all season, or most wins all season, because that's usually not always the person who wins the entire league. Make them wear a small girl shirt in public. Now, this can be worn out anywhere. It needs to be at least for an hour. Definitely, like everything here, you need to post it on social media to really get it out there. If it's a girl that wins the league instead, just go ahead and just get them some sort of ridiculous outfit. The bottom two losers have to go to a WNBA game together and get painted up and go to the opposite side cheering for the opposite teams. Not everybody is going to be living near a WNBA team, so I recommend that you should just go to a local college and support their women's program and get painted up, but make sure you're on the same team, just cheering on for your school. That way you're supporting, women's basketball, but it's also hilarious to see your buddies painted up for a women's basketball game. Recreating a music video in the choice of the league or the winner of the league. This is something that's new to me, and I actually found this when I was researching some new ways to punish your league member. I will put a link down below, the two that I saw that were absolutely hilarious. I think this might be something that my league is going to inherit because it's absolutely hysterical. They have to put either a decal on their car or the plastic holder for your license plate on there. Just something saying fantasy football loser. Just make sure you keep it clean. You don't want to do anything rated R on somebody's car and have it get vandalized. Tattoo of league's choice. Now, this is something that I would never want to actually be a part of, but I know that there's leagues out there that do this, and I do think it would be great to make one of my league members get a tattoo that would permanently remind them that they need to bring their 100% A game every time they get into a fantasy football league with me. Take a blow-up doll to a fine dinner and talk to it like it's a real date. Now, this one, you gotta make sure you tape it so that way all your buddies can see what happens, and that way you can capture the reaction of like the waiter or waitress, whoever it might be. Pose as if they're in the Sports Illustrated body issue. This would be great if you have someone in your league that has some sort of Photoshop skills, or is just a good photographer. You never even know, you could get a modeling career out of this, which most likely you won't because models aren't losers. They have to stand out at a busy intersection with a sign saying, "I lost my fantasy football league," or just something, anything you really want to post on there. Just something funny, making sure that they have to honk and having them waving the entire time. I'd say a duration of at least an hour or two would be fine for this. Do a stand-up comedy skit. Now, there's a lot of local comedy places that you can go to, but usually they have a tryout for it, I believe. So if your person doesn't make the cut, just have them do a video and tape them and then make them post it on social media, but they have to do at least a 1 to 2 minute stand-up skit. The loser has to do a local food challenge. This one's a little bit friendlier, but they have to pay, and then they have to do a food challenge where they have to eat a certain amount. League goes there, cheers them on. Hold on, here, I wanna get
fantasy football! Yeah!
The loser has to get a t-shirt with the league winner's face on it, and it has to say, "This is what winning looks like." If they can, they need to wear it to work as well, and they also need to wear it out in public. The loser has to go skydiving. Now, this is something that can be great because it could be extremely fun for some of the league members, and it can help somebody conquer their fears, which most likely it won't conquer their fears considering that they were conquered all season in their fantasy league. Loser has to take their significant other out to dinner and pay for 4 times the amount that it would normally cost them for a dinner date, and get them a card saying something nice, something with like saying, "I didn't score in fantasy, but at least I could score with you," or something like that. Because let's be honest, You didn't score any points in fantasy, so at least you can score some points with your significant other. Hey, sorry guys, it might look a little bit different. I had a little technical issue, so I have to redo the shot. The loser has to make a makeup tutorial and post it on the social media. Now, let's say if you have a female, this might not be, too embarrassing for them, so they should do something like review of like a cup holder or maybe their favorite stand-up urinal. Now you guys, I would suggest if you're doing one of the more extreme punishments that you leave it up to 2 to 3 options, so that way the person can decide, so that way there's not a fight or you don't lose friendships over fantasy football. Remember that you're doing this for fun. Fantasy is supposed to be a fun thing to do. It's not just about winning. So I highly recommend that. But you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Once again, if you liked it, hit that like or subscribe button. If you have any ideas that your league does that you'd want to share, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear about it. Thank you again for watching. I'm Chris Holscher, and here's to seeing you next time.